After over a decade of waiting and getting clickbaited for news regarding the next Grand Theft Auto, as of December 4th, 2023, we were finally shown the first trailer of the upcoming 2025 release of Grand Theft Auto 6. In this video, we'll be breaking down and speculating what you may be able to expect in the final release, but again, it's also just speculation, so please take everything said here with a grain of salt. But before we get any further, if you end up enjoying this video, please consider leaving a like so this video can be seen by more and more people. With the shameless shilling out of the way, we're going to begin this video by discussing a brief history of the Grand Theft Auto franchise. This could be useful for not just new fans but old fans alike who may need a refresher or two. However, if you would like to skip straight to the trailer breakdown and speculation, then please skip to the time shown now. As a quick disclaimer, we will not be talking in depth on any main story plot elements or the endings of these games, so no need to worry if you haven't played these games yet and don't want to be spoiled. Traveling back to 1997, with the release of the original Grand Theft Auto on Windows, PlayStation 1, and Game Boy Color, we were introduced for the first time to this crime-riddled series that has you causing mayhem across three major cities: Liberty City, a fictitious recreation of New York City; San Andreas, a recreation of San Francisco and the West Coast; as well as Vice City, a revisioned Miami, Florida. However, it wouldn't be until 2 years later in 1999 where we would get the release of Grand Theft Auto 2 on the previously mentioned consoles as well as Dreamcast. In this game, we would see players tearing it up in the streets of Anywhere City, which, as the vague name implies, can be anywhere. However, it wasn't until 2001, with the first of the three games released in the 3D universe, Grand Theft Auto 3, which had us return back to Liberty City through the eyes of our main protagonist Claude, a small-time criminal who is set on a path of destruction and retribution, and whose journey will become entwined into Liberty City's mafia crime family, cartel, and Yakuza. Here we see the foundations of what will go on to define this generation of games, such as a fully explorable map filled with hidden details and Easter eggs. However, it wouldn't be until 1 year later in 2002 where we would be brought back to the 80s, 1986 to be exact, on a path of redemption after being imprisoned for 15 years. Tommy Vercetti is dead set to become the next kingpin of Vice City. GTA Vice City was an important milestone for Rockstar as it was the first of the series to have a fully voiced protagonist.
Look, Sonny, we were set up. The deal was an ambush.
And expanded on the capabilities of the previous Grand Theft Auto game. In 2004, records were broken with one of Rockstar's most iconic games ever, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. In this game, we were taken back to the 90s through the lens of the Grove Street family gang member CJ, who, after the tragic drive-by shooting that took his mother's life, brought him back to San Andreas. But with Grand Theft Auto San Andreas being the juggernaut of the game that it was, fans were itching for more. However, it wouldn't be until 4 years in 2008 that we were finally given a sequel to a whole new generation of gaming that we will be referring to as the HD universe. Grand Theft Auto 4 yet again brings us back to Liberty City, however now through the lens of the Yugoslavian immigrant Niko Bellic, an ex-European military soldier with a questionable background. Niko and subsequently us the player are set down a road of vengeance and betrayal. Grand Theft Auto 4 is unique for being the first game of the series to have characters that will be popping up in later games outside of voices such as Laszlo.
You know how shitty your life is and how your father looked down on you one day in whatever dusty old town you were in and said, son, someday you'll be huffing car fumes on a street corner selling food poisoning to celebrities like Laszlo.
Now is also a good time to mention that Grand Theft Auto 4 was also the first and only mainline game in this series to receive any single-player DLC that continues the story we got in the main game through Grand Theft Auto 4 Episodes of Liberty City, in which we follow Luis, business partner with the infamous Gay Tony, as well as the leader of the Lost and the Damned biker gang, Johnny Klebitz, who does make a brief appearance in the following Grand Theft Auto game.
Take off your pants, cowboy, alright? Let's fuck. You think this is funny?
5 years after the release of GTA 4, we are finally given 2013's Grand Theft Auto 5, in which we follow Michael, Trevor, and Franklin as they conduct elaborate heists and so much more. But with that, we are all caught up. Again, this was intended to be a brief overview to help you become more familiar with iconic locations and names in the series. However, you may have noticed the lack of inclusions such as Grand Theft Auto London, Advance, Liberty City Stories, Vice City Stories, and Chinatown Wars. If these or any of the other previously mentioned games spark your interest, and you would like to hear more from us, then please let us know in the comment section below. with over 12 years between game entries, assuming it doesn't get delayed. This is our first look at Grand Theft Auto 6, which is slated to release in 2025. If you would like to watch the full minute-and-a-half trailer in its entirety without commentary, it can be found below in the description. However, make sure to come back and finish this video so you know all the hidden details and information we could find when analyzing this trailer. This trailer opens on our main protagonist Lucia as she can be seen gazing out at a prison yard, possibly Bolingbroke Penitentiary, which is located in the southern part of Blaine County in Grand Theft Auto 5, but could also be a new prison in Vice City we haven't seen before. Maybe the one Tommy was sent to before the events of Grand Theft Auto Vice City. But with that, we are then shown Lucia talking to who I am assuming is the prison's therapist, Stephanie, whose last name is just outside of view. When looking at this room, there's not a ton to be found, but we can see two pictures in Stephanie's office. One on the far left, which is assumably her and her friends or partner, and a second photograph with Stephanie between two other people, one slightly shorter and the other with a backpack, which leads me to assume that they are her children. We can also see that Stephanie is currently looking over Lucia's file, but not much can be pinpointed from this view. Moving along, we are then given an aerial view of a beach. Since this game will be taking place in Vice City, we can assume that this beach is either Ocean Beach or Washington Beach, but most likely Washington Beach, since there does seem to be a lot of palm trees lining the boardwalk separating the beach and the street, as well as the lighthouse on Ocean Beach couldn't be seen from this view. I attempted to identify the buildings to the ones in Vice City, but considering Vice City takes place in 1986, it is more likely buildings have been renovated, if not entirely new ones built. But if I were to speculate on where we are exactly, I would guess we are here on the map based on the actual Ocean Beach in Miami, Florida. It's clear that the yellow building is a recreation of the Royal Palm South Beach Miami Hotel, considering the building on the left is most likely 1500 Ocean Drive luxury condos, and on the right is clearly the Loews Miami Beach Hotel. We then see some quick landscape shots before seeing yet again another view from the beach. I would highly guess we are currently right outside of Ocean View where we start the game in Vice City. The reason why I would assume we are here is because we can see the top of the Loews Miami Beach Hotel, as well as possibly the Setai Miami Beach condos far in the distance. However, I'm not certain on that. In the next scene, we can see speedboats flying through the harbor of Viceport, considering the bridge leading to Little Havana in the background, and Viceport being the only harbor for big crate boats like the ones shown here in Grand Theft Auto Vice City. We are then given a short scene of who I am assuming is Lucia based on their hairstyle, and her partner who can be seen driving, who will pop up again later in this trailer with a similar haircut. However, in Grand Theft Auto Vice City, there weren't any highways like this, so again, I'm going to have to try my best in deciding where this could be. My best guess would be in the middle of the map near the glass buildings that were being constructed right off of Starfish Island in 1986, but I'm not confident on this. However, you may notice that the building on the far right has a hole through it. I could not find any buildings with a hole like this that is also near similar sized buildings. However, maybe one of you knows what this is supposed to be. If so, be sure to let us know in the comments below. We continue to see striking visuals and end up here outside of what I am assuming is a new paint and spray or auto body shop based on the lowrider and tuned up vehicles similar to the ones Benny could upgrade for you in Grand Theft Auto Online. My best guess for where we could be right now is the old paint and spray in Little Haiti, if not a brand new location. We then cut to inside a gentleman's club, which could be a revamped and refreshed pole position from Grand Theft Auto Vice City, as well as our next scene of interest, which gives us a breathtaking area of either Starfish Island or Prawn Island with the water and rest of Vice City encapsulating our view. We then go back to the boardwalk and can see a multitude of flashy sports and supercars, which I will do my best in identifying. Starting from the bottom, we can see a blue Pifster Comet, a classic white Garati Cheetah, green Pegassi Tempest, orange Bravado Gauntlet, and a red Garati Atali GTO Stinger. To be honest, that last one I'm not too sure on. After the nightclub and area view, we are shown a woman posing in a white Susanna Nove bikini on a balcony overlooking the city. Pausing on this frame, we can see the dad squad partying it up on a yacht. Seems like Michael's kind of club.
What? The yacht's been stolen?
This is followed by an animal control worker getting an alligator out of a pool, indicating similar to Grand Theft Auto 5, a wide range of animals will be in this game to find and fight off. I'll never forget being eaten by my first shark in GTA 5, and I'm ready for all Vice City has to throw at me. As we continue, this is a great reminder that if you have not already liked this video and subscribed, make sure to do so now. But with that dump truck aside, we are shown some street drifters with a crowd around them, as well as the phone number above this building that reads 305-555 555-0127. We know 305 is the area code for Miami, and 555 is referring to this phone number being fictitious, which only leaves us our last 4 digits, which could possibly be referring to January 27th as a possible release date, or it could also just be nothing. But if we did call it first, that would be pretty cool. Pausing on the security camera footage, we can see truly photoreal lighting effects indicating we may be receiving ray tracing support finally, or Rockstar may just continue to flex how good their games look without it. Continuing right along to the police body cam footage, we are offered yet again another possible release date of August 4th, and we are treated to an awfully familiar black and brown dog to the sign on the left, reading "Beware of the dog." Jumping ahead to the crotch-grabbing driver, we see not only a sign for Vice City beaches and port, but also an airport sign, which could be indicating we may finally be able to travel to other cities similar to Grand Theft Auto 5's missions, in which we left San Andreas to instead explore North Yankton. Cross-continental travel has been a rumor circulating within the Grand Theft Auto community for quite a while now due to possible leaks for GTA 6. However, this really goes as far back as to previous Grand Theft Auto titles such as Grand Theft Auto 4 and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and has been a feature fans have been asking Rockstar to include for years. After Yo Mama's tribute to Rudy, a naked man watering his plants, and Throwbilly's Mud Club, we are given a nice nod to us the player from this Hamlet resident.
Well, look who's back.
Holding up the Vice City's party image, we see a man falling through a table and a road sign that reads "It cures emotions," which could be Rockstar saying Grand Theft Auto 6 may just be what we need right now to get through life itself and everything happening in our world today. And just as it zooms past, we pan to the left to see our second possible protagonist with a familiar looking hairstyle and bandana around their neck. Lucia is also shown with a bandana around her neck and a wad of cash, indicating what we see at the end of this trailer must have just happened, and explains the police cars we saw a moment ago racing down the street. Jumping to our favorite news station, Weasel News, and is dragged away and arrested for flipping their car over after dining and dashing from my new favorite fictitious restaurant, Pee-wee's. We are then shown a tattoo figure with a bunch of text in Spanish. When translated, the prompt on the screen reads "Confession written in ink for tattoos." A tattoo on the neck that gave himself away, key to the conviction of a Leonian man. If that translation sounds funny, blame it on Google, not me. We then see thugs on bikes tearing it up to the streets of Vice City, not just on ground level, but again from above in the Weasel News story coverage. Followed by the influencer video for High Roller's lifestyle, we then see Lucia and her partner hurrying through a store before quickly cutting to the two of them skidding away in their Orange de Classy Sabre Turbo, whose license plate reads NSC T4M. Before cutting in are shown our new Bonnie and Clyde smashing through the door of most likely their first score with guns drawn and cutting to black. The last thing being shown to us is our new logo and year release date of 2025. Thank you for watching this video. I've been working on this since the trailer dropped Monday evening and haven't watched any other breakdowns or discussions about this trailer, so if I missed something obvious others have found, be sure to let us know in the comments and let's have a discussion on how we are feeling about the release of Grand Theft Auto 6 and our first impressions. We are a growing channel and this is our first attempt at a breakdown in this fashion, so if you enjoyed it or found any of this useful, then please consider leaving a like on this video so it can be seen by more and more people. Lastly, if you would like to stay up to date on all that we are doing, then please make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you never miss out. But with all that being said, we have been Bad Media. Remember to stay safe, stay hydrated, and we'll see you next time.